Fifth grade, getting ready for sixth grade, lesson 18, finding the average. An average of a set of data can be found by finding the sum of a group of numbers from the data and then dividing by the number of add-ins. For example, if Anne scores 21 points, 22 points, and 17 points in 3 different basketball games, she scores an average of 20 points per game. This is because 21 plus 22 plus 17 equals 60, and 60 divided by 3. The total number of points divided by the number of games is 20. So unlock the problem. Jonathan and Pilar are practicing to be a juggling team. The table shows the number of seconds they were able to keep 4 balls in the air without making a mistake. What was the average number of seconds they were able to juggle? So how many trials did they record? So how many total trials did they record?
5.
5. Find the average of the time, so find the sum of the seconds. So they did 32 plus 8 plus 62 plus 55 plus 13 and got 170. Then they said that there were 5 numbers, so they took 170 divided by 5 and got 34. So the average time that Jonathan and Pilar kept 4 balls in the air was 34 seconds per trial. Try this. Find the average of 61, 99, 106, 3, 44, and 89. So basically we have to find the sum of those, and they're saying that the sum is what?
402.
402, which they're not always going to give you the sum, but in this case they were nice enough to do that. So then 402 divided by 6. How many times does 6 go into 40?
6.
Minus
36.
36. And then 4, and bring down the 2. 6 into 42.
7.
7. 7 times 6 is,
42.
and then do I have anything left over?
4.
No. So the average of 61, 99, 106, 3, 44, and 89 is?
67.
Sharon showed Tommy's basketball scoring record is shown for this month. What was the average number of points that Tommy scored per game? Find the sum of the points Tommy scored. So we're going to use the first line or the second line?
The second.
The second line, because we don't need to know the games yet. We just need to know how many points he scored total. So I'm going to add what? 24 plus 11 and get what? 35. 35 plus 31 and get 56 plus 14 and get 80 plus 9 gives me 89 plus 21 and that gets me 110 plus, what's that? 18 and that gets me 128 plus 8 and that gets me 136. So what do I put on 1A? 136 points. How many numbers did you add to find the sum in exercise 1? So how many total games did you play? 8. Then it says divide the sum by the number of games. What is the average number of points per game? So what was our sum?
136.
136 divided by
8.
how many times does 8 go into 13?
Once.
Minus 8. 13 minus 8 is
5.
and bring down your
6.
6. 56 divided by 8 is
7.
7. 7 times 8 is,
56.
and I don't have anything left over. So what was the average that he scored?
17.
17 points. Okay, then it says find the average of the set of numbers. And they are not going to give you any remainders or fractions or decimals or anything like that. So you guys should come out with a whole number, okay? Now someday when you get further into math, you will probably start seeing that, but they're not going to do that on these lessons, okay? All right, so what are we going to do? 6 plus 9 is what? 15. 15 plus 14 is what?
29.
29. Plus 4 is 33. 33 plus 12 is
45.
45. So then we're going to take 45 divided by what?
45.
Divided by 5 equals
9.
9. Alright, 44 plus 55 is 99. 99 plus 33 is, so basically we can work it like this. You could say 99 plus 33, 2 carry the 1, so 13. So 132 plus 22 is what? 154 plus, what's 40 plus 40? 80. So 4, 3, 1, 2. So 234, right? But then I have to do 234 divided by what?
6.
Divided by 6. So 6 goes into 23 twice. And then what are we left over with? 5, right? Bring down your 4. How many times does 6 go into 54?
No. Oh.
How many times does 6 go into 54? 9 times. And should that be a 2?
No, it should be.
No, because then that would be 12, right? So this should be a 3. So our answer is 39. And then remember, if you need to, get scratch paper if you don't feel like you have enough room, right? Okay. On your own, find the average of the set of numbers. So you guys are going to do 4 through 13 with your partners, and then we'll go over them here in a little bit and see what you guys got. Problem solving, number 14. In the temperature table above, suppose the temperature for the next 2 days was 70 degrees. By how much would this change the average temperature over the entire period? So we have 2 days. We have 2 days, 70 degrees. By how much would this change the average temperature over the entire period? So what was our total degrees for the for number 13, guys? 364. So we do 364 plus, if we have 2 more days at 70 degrees, what would that be? 140. So you have 4, 10, 1, we get 504. Then what are we going to have to take 504 divided by? 9, because we had 7 days plus 2 more, so 5. Oh, which we already have that written there, so 504 divided by 9 would be, how many times does that go into 50? Does 9 go into 50? 5 times. So 5 times. So minus 45 would be 5. Bring down your 4. How many times does 9 go into 54? 6 times. So if we had 56 degrees there and we had 52 degrees on 13, what would be the difference?
4 degrees.
4 degrees.